Faith No More was one of my favorite bands back when I started getting into heavier metal music back in the late 80s. Also a band that was kind of a gateway for alternative bands, which probably like led into grunge music, even though they did come out like long before that. But for some reason, I never really dedicated an entire video to Faith No More on my channel. This is going to be my first one. And my reason for it was I was planning to do an anniversary album review of this one, Angel Dust. That was released on June 8th, 1992. But I thought, let me do something different. So I'll do an album war, which will be The Real Thing versus Angel Dust. And plus, they were both released in June. Angel Dust on June 8th, 1992, and The Real Thing on June 20th, 1989. So they do have some anniversaries to some degree. So it's an album war. I'm going to be doing it a little differently than I have done in the past. Instead of doing like one track against one track, I'm just going to do a quick run through of the tracks. I'll give each one a score out of 10. Then I will take an average and I'll give each album a final score, and then we'll see which one comes out with a bigger score. So first I'm going to talk about this one, The Real Thing. This one came out in 1989. This was the first album I ever bought from the band. I discovered them through MTV with their big hit Epic. Maybe a lot of you remember that one, and probably were discovered Faith No More through that song. It was big, one of like the first rap metal songs to go mainstream, and I always loved the album. They go through lots of different styles on this album, and they do everything from alternative to thrash metal to jazz, so it's a very varied album. So I'll go through the tracks, give each one a score. The first track, From Out of Nowhere, album opener, really decent alternative rock track. You hear the guitars and keyboards pretty good in the introduction, and it kind of shows off the band's new sound. It's decent. I'll give this one a 7. Epic, this was the one I was talking about. I loved it when I was younger. I thought it was a good song. It introduced me to rap metal and like the funk metal. And, they were kind of doing something similar to like Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's still good. I'll give this one an 8. Falling to Pieces, really good song. Kind of shows their funky side, a little bit of like the hard stuff. They have some metal in there as well. I'll give that one an 8. Surprise You're Dead. This is their thrash metal song. I really love this one. I used to play this one on the guitar a lot, and this one I'm going to give it 10 because I just really love Surprise You're Dead. Zombie Eaters, another really cool song because they have like the soft parts, then it gets heavy, moves along. It has like these atmospheric parts and really heavy parts, really thrashy riffs. This one I'm giving a 9. The Real Thing, really good song. This one has more of that like funky bass. So they do add in some like metal riffs here and there, but I'll give it a 7. Underwater Love, more of like a happy, bouncy, almost like a lounge type of song, I guess. It's pretty cool, not great, but I'll give this one a 7. Morning After, this one's cool. I like the use of the keyboards, guitars, and some heavy vocals in the chorus. And give this one an 8. Woodpecker from Mars, this is an instrumental. This one I really like a lot. Another one I used to play on my guitar a lot, and has these like Middle Eastern sounds, and really great instrumental. This one I give a 9. Then there's the cover of War Pigs. Actually, the vinyl album actually stopped there, but on my CD that I bought, it had 2 more songs. So War Pigs, Black Sabbath cover, pretty faithful to the original. Doesn't add or take away anything. Give this one an 8. Edge of the World. This is a weird song. It's like a jazz ballad. It's not that bad, but the lyrics, if you listen to them today, they are kind of uncomfortable. So I'll give this one a 6. So after crunching the numbers, my final score for this album is a 7.9. So let's see how this one, Angel Dust, let's see how this one fares. So Angel Dust, this was different, kind of hard to describe because they changed it. It's more of like a heavier sound, more aggressive, and I think they were going for like something more like theatrical sound, a big sound, a lot of experimentation in this one. It's like heavy, but not necessarily like in a metal sense. But anyway, I'll talk about this one, go through the tracks, do the same thing, give it a score. Let's see which one is the winner. So, Land of Sunshine, the opening track. This one shows you, what you're getting, the new sound. It's very like a big sound, like I was saying, heavier. Good song. I'll give this one an 8. Caffeine. This one is decent, but I don't really feel it's that memorable. So it's okay. I'll give this one a 7. Midlife Crisis. This was the one I remember being the first single. This one, you know, probably closer to the style, like from the, you know, more similar to like The Real Thing, I would say. But it still has a newer sound. I like it a lot. Lots of energy in the song. It does have those like deep vocals. I like that one. This one I'm giving a 9. RV. This one is weird. My description of this is like white trash, like meth head country. That's kind of how I feel about it. I think it's okay, but I'll give this one a 6. Smaller and Smaller. This one I like a lot. You know, this is like one of the like heaviest songs. You know, this is one that kind of like had these really heavy riffs, closer to like thrash metal. Really good. I give this one a 9. Everything's Ruined. They kind of bring back that like funk sound. You know, pretty cool. It's catchy. This one I'll give an 8. Malpractice. This one's okay. It's very heavy. It's kind of hectic. They have a lot going on in the song, but this one I'll just give a 7. Kindergarten. This one, for some reason, I know I just listened to this album, but this one I don't really find very memorable. So I'm going to give this one a 6. Be Aggressive, really cool song. Has the like children singing. You know, they sing the chorus. Really nice heavy sound. Lots of aggression in this one. I'll give this one a 9. A Small Victory, another one. I like it. It was a single, but I don't really feel it was very memorable for me for some reasons. But I think it's a decent song. I'll give it a 7. Crack Hitler. This is a weird song. I have this weird like Nazi theme. Lots of experimentation. A lot of that like noise rock, but it's decent. I'll give this one an 8. Jizz Lobber. This one is weird. The title is weird. It's heavy, but it's okay. I'll give this one a 7. Last song, Midnight Cowboy. It's an instrumental cover song, and it's like one of those like spaghetti western songs. And I think it's actually you know, from a movie. And I like this one a lot. You know, really nice way to close the album. And I give this one an 8. So I'm going to stop for that album. I know there are some pressings of this album that have a cover of the Commodore's Easy, which I actually do like that song. I actually had that a CD single of that many years ago. I lost that one over the years, but I bought this one and like came out, and this one doesn't have that song. So let's see how they fared. So the final score for this album is a 7. So the final score is The Real Thing 7.9, Angel Dust a 7. So the winner is The Real Thing. I actually thought Angel Dust would come out a little higher, but I guess I do have more of a personal connection to it. This one, The Real Thing. This was the first Faith No More album I bought. I used to listen to it all the time. I had the Guitar Tabs book. I actually still have it somewhere in a box. Maybe if I pull it out someday, I'll show it in a video. But this is Angel Dust is a good album. It's just kind of strange, a little out there. They're very experimental, and this one, like I said, I just like really you know, used to listen to this all the time, and I just love this one. So this is my winner. Let me know in the comments what you thought. Let me end this here, and I'll see you again. I think my next video is going to be a Def Leppard ranking. So see you again.